what is OpenClaw? Now, it is essentially an AI agent. Okay. And I will explain what is an AI agent. For now, just go with me. It is an open source. Open source practically means that you are free to download, you are free to make changes to this core framework. Of course, you are not the owner. So the owner will still get to decide how does this AI agent evolve. But if you feel there are things that you want to do, you can do that. It is self-hosted, practically means you should be able to download in your server, in your own personal computer, and then be able to make it work. It can do some tasks autonomously. The idea is that it can call an LLM, you can associate it with WhatsApp, your Gmail, anything that you want to give it access to. And while that is powerful, obviously this is risky as well, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. So the core idea really is that it is one gateway. You essentially have a single interface for your personal apps like WhatsApp, and you have the same on your computer so that you can connect to many different services, do many different tasks. That's the core idea, right? WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, iMessage, multiple different options are available for you to configure this agent. Quick overview. Peter is an Austrian developer. He is the one who created this particular agent. He's been dabbling into these kind of things for a very long time. So this isn't something that is new, but this is something that is now kind of acqui-hired by OpenAI, right? Um, and I'll talk a little bit about the history in the next slide. But as of February, or I think early March of this month itself, OpenAI onboarded Peter, and Peter now works at OpenAI, and then he kind of works with the Codex ecosystem, and then continues to build on OpenClaw and similar different frameworks. Okay. Um, Next. So when it came around, this was, I think, a couple of early January, if I'm not wrong. Peter launched it, calling it Claude Bot. But if you would see, and if you know about AI models, Anthropic has Claude models, right? Claude. Okay. But because Anthropic Claude had issues with that naming nomenclature, he moved to Maltbot very quickly, but eventually moved to OpenClaw, right? This is where the current open source naming really rests. So this is the very quick context. There was a lot of drama around it and so on. This happened in the last 2 months. And this is when OpenAI bought it. So that's one context as well. All right, so it is owned. Peter works at OpenAI, but as I said, it is open source. It is MIT licensed, which means it is purely a product for and by the community. It is not a closed source product at any point in time. So Claude was Anthropic's model family. Claude is the uh, very similar naming and sounding product. So there were some legal issues that Claude had came in and so on. So we can use multiple different options that are available out there.